姉上様口惜しゅうございます。
そなたの無念とすす、我が鹿と引き受けようぞ。鈴原鈴め、我ら神の呪いは打ち破るとは。
Oh, this is like the villain of the weak type, like Kamen Rider, Kamen Rider or Power Rangers.
そなたらはそれでもやはりあれのすすを望むのか。
She slowly turned her gaze to her two remaining sisters. The pair exchanged look amidst the heavy silence.
無論でございます、姉上様。
Ooh, their eyes glowed scarlet.
無論あれのすすを得ればすべてをすすだくとの約束、もちろん守る。我は災いを下す者が誰であっても構わぬ。兄上様のご無念が慰められるのならば。だがあれは手強い。陸奥の末裔、侮るなかれ。
Their lips curved into fearless smiles. Though I felt something alien fall from her chest to her abdomen. It was like a fist-sized stone had been jammed directly into her stomach. That pain, like her body was full of stones, had increased yet again, signaling her destruction was nigh. The 1,000-year curse wouldn't stay sealed for long. But if so, then for what reason had she suffered all these years? At least if she died with the calamity still sealed within her, she would have something to show for her all suffering, however small. It was under the belief her countless selves had suffered and died over the past millennium. That cycle was finally reaching its conclusion. No, its ruin. The quintuplet spell was gone. There was no longer any way to postpone the curse. It was as though she and all her past selves had only lived to bring about the calamity in this era. Just then, a distant memory of long ago flashed through Toe's mind. A memory of the will left behind by the mother who died giving birth to her. Knowing the daughter she'd never see would inherit her suffering, her mother had left behind a letter as an apology. Toe believed she would do the same if she ever became pregnant. There was another letter that came within the will. The second part was in a sealed envelope and read thus: "Read this only when you can no longer bear the stones in your stomach." Her mother had foreseen this. She predicted that the day when the soot sealing spell broke would not be so far off. What? The sound of Suzumu punching the straw-wrapped trees resounded over and over again. Once he had punched with eyes wide open, seeking earnestness, but it was a bit different now. His eyes were squinted and a bit out of focus. However, he wasn't slacking on his training. His fist was to be dedicated to God in gratitude. To dedicate an offering to God meant committing it to the flames. If that were the case, then it was the offering, not the act of throwing it in fire, that was important. The same went for the divine tribute style. What mattered was not the act of punching, but offering thanks to God. Punching was a way to offer dedication to God, but the punch itself was not the thing dedicated. Suzumu felt he understood a little of what his father had taught him. Though the refined tribute style involved punching, it could never be perfected by anyone, merely thrusting his fist. Hajakensho, crush evil and demonstrate the righteous path. Those words had been passed down since ancient times through the Susuhara defined tribute style.
邪悪を破りて正しきを示す。そしてそれがなされることに感謝する。
That was its spirit. The fist was nothing more than a way to convey that. Suzumu would continue training until he reached the essence of the divine tribute style. And once he did, he could save everyone suffering from the hauntings. He had defeated a divine curse the other day. Perhaps it was a fluke, perhaps it was a coincidence. But he felt like he'd attained something at that moment. And perhaps he had, but he would attain more.
Set!
The bringer of calamity shall be. In today's warring period of idols, you couldn't survive simply by being killed. Flower High School was a fiercely athletic idol unit, and we sold ourselves on dancing till we dropped. We moved and sang with intense vigor on the stage, literally dripping with sweat. Honestly, we could have just lip-synced, but we refused to cut any corners. According to our leader Chi, you weren't a full-fledged member of Flower High until you collapsed on stage. To be honest, I thought they were just exaggerating at first, but oh, how wrong I was. I had once fainted face first on the stage. What? Forcing her to get a fake teeth to replace the ones she broke in the fall. But she never tried to hide it. In fact, she told the story to her fans for bragging rights. That was what Flower High School was all about. Perfect. I would forge my own tale of heroism. No, my legend. I had to dance with all my might, all my heart, all my soul. I was dancing today with enough spirit to kill myself, in fact. I wanted death to try just to take me. I'd laugh in his place.
リリーちゃん、めっちゃ張り切ってるね。手足長いからダンスすっごい映えるよ。キレッキレ。
Idol industry.
ステージでぶっ倒れるまでは私、フラハイ見習いだと思ってますんで。
What?
ふんわりしてたお掃除プリンセスがこんなにダンスできちゃうなんて思わなかったよ。どんどんお掃除しちゃうぞ。マジカルクリーンってさせるな。
The fans broke out in laughter. I feel like I finally understood how things work with Flower High's performances. But I wasn't done yet. This wasn't enough to make me pass out. I had to keep pushing my limits.
はーい、お待たせ。テストの答案を返します。
お前何点だった？俺72点。ああ！1点足りねえよ。居残りとか冗談じゃねえ。
ほらほら静かに。次、布川さん。はい。今回も頑張ったわね。いい点数よ。ありがとうございます。布川さんって毎日お稽古があって休みの日もお仕事なんでしょ？なのにこれだけ学業も頑張れるなんて本当にすごいわね。私、何かを言い訳にしたくないんです。お稽古が忙しいから勉強がおろそかならお稽古をやめればいいんだし、勉強が忙しくてお稽古がおろそかなら勉強をやめればいいんだし、 だから、学校と仕事を両立させるからには両方に一生懸命じゃなきゃおかしいと思いまして。
本当に立派ね。やれるところまでやってごらんなさい。
布川さんってすごいよね。成績優秀でアイドルなんて嘘みたい。私たちとは出来が違うのよ。へこむわ。
Oh. My teachers overlooked it because they figured it was hard for me to maintain my studies alongside my work. Okay. Accidentally. Huh? I neglected my homework. Nah, gimana sih? But there was no way my classmates would let that slide, so I couldn't afford to slack off. No excuses I could come up with would satisfy them, nor did I need any. I just had to devote myself to whatever tasks were before me, so I would always be on top of my game. And in doing so, I could earn everyone's recognition and respect. That's much I was sure of. I applied myself to every challenge I faced, from dance lessons to singing lessons. They often said that a perfect performance required blood, sweat, and tears. Well, if it were possible to show all that, I would. Why, you might ask? Because you need visible results to be respected. That was why Flower High and its selling point were a perfect fit for me. I work hard on stage and at school, so I had to work extra hard for all my fans who recognize my efforts.
CD お買い上げ1枚ごとに1人のメンバーを指名して握手していただきます。
メンバー全員と握手するには5枚買えということでござるな。悪どいでござる。
Oh, it's space.
できまーす。
The core fans went wild. I couldn't be more grateful to those who bought multiple CDs just to spend time with us. So I wanted to match their love for me as best as I could. No, not match it, return it tenfold. I wouldn't let them outdo me no matter what. Flower High School was all about passion, so that was what we were going to give them.
リリーちゃん CD5 枚買いました。握手交換してください。
私のために5枚も買ってくれたんですか？ありがとうございます。
マジカルリリーの頃から応援してます。これからも全力で応援します。
リリーちゃんのとこは熱心なファンが多いね。すごーい。やっぱりマジカルリリーの頃からの熱心なファンが多いんだね。その人たちみんなまとめてフラハイに入学させちゃいます。私はもうお掃除プリンセスじゃない、フラハイの新入生なんですから。
そうだね。私たちも頑張ってリリーちゃんのファンもどんどんフラハイに入学させちゃおう。
It felt like I was walking on air. Just think, if you were to step into the sky and kept putting your feet forward, it really would be just as though you were walking on clouds. It was a perfect metaphor for how I felt. I'd put everything I had into my work so I could stay among the clouds. That determination surged through every fiber of my being.
愛ちゃん、ビーズワークにハマってるってスウェッターで言ってたよ。
スウェッター。
俺、プレゼントにビーズのセット買ってきた。喜んでくれるかな。リリーちゃんって今ハマってるものとかないのかな。
好きなものやハマってるものを教えてくれると 俺らも応援のしがいがあるよな。
Interesting. So that was the sort of thing they wanted to hear. I refrained from talking about my interests because I thought it sounded like an underhanded way of getting presents. But it seems like I need to rethink that.
歌はちーちゃんが一番だけど、ダンスならアンズニャンが一番かな。
愛ちゃんのあのフギョンって仕草かわいいよな。
フラハイは派手であっても決して下品でないところがいいんだよ。恥じらいが大事なんだよ。
This was turning out to be very informative. I'd have to study Chi's singing and Anzu's dancing. I also had to look into coming up with cute gesture of my own, like the whole squeaky clean thing I had going as the cleaning princess. So being flashy yet modest was key, huh? That was kind of tall order.
最近にわかが増えたよな。
フラハイの暑さが分かってねえ萌え豚が増えてムカつくよ。
Oh my god, it's the old fan versus the new fan. I could tell this wasn't going to be a pleasant topic.
リリーチュマジうぜんだよ。消えてくんねえかな。つかリリーが消えろ。
あいつフラハイに溶け込んでねえよな。なんてあんなのが入ってきたんだよ。
New members always got a cold reception by longtime fans. But that was only natural. No idol could possibly survive if they couldn't win people over with their natural talents.
マジカルリリーの頃は可愛かったのにな。劣化早すぎだろ。
What? She's still cute. What the hell are you talking about?
今日見て失望したわ。ぶっさ、コミュ抜けるわ。
手足長すぎてダンス決めよ。さようなら、俺のマジカルリリー。
I wasn't just some doll modeled after a grade schooler. Did they seriously think I'd stay the same forever? I was in high school already. Those creeps who were obsessed with tiny grade schoolers like Magical Lily had absolutely nothing good to say about the current me. Honestly, I wish people like that would just buzz off forever. Oh no. Even if it was only in my head, I was bad-mouthing them.
リリー、なんであんなにダンス下手なのにフラハイにいるわけ？
Shut up. I've been practicing really hard over here. If I was that bad, then tell me where I screwed up.
お掃除プリンセス好きだったのにな。超ババアか。幻滅しまくり。頼むから思い出を汚さないでほしいんだ。
TBQH, to be quite honest. Like I give a crap. I don't want to be one of your memories.
なんでフラハイに入ってきたんだよ。誰も頼んでねえよ。
Shut the hell up. I didn't join because bastards like you asked for it.
てめえはずっとお掃除魔法でクリンクリンとかやってりゃいいんだよ。
マジカルリリーの悪口を言うな。
Huh?
そうだそうだ、俺たちのリリーはずっと俺たちのリリーだ。劣化したとか言うんじゃねえ。
リリーちゃん、ダンス頑張ってたよ。前回よりずっと上達してたよ。負けるなリリー、僕たち応援してるから、これからもずっと。
Warm teardrops trailed down my cheeks. They weren't over anything shallow like joy or gratitude. My heart should have been empty and emotionless, yet I was crying all the same. I knew it. They weren't just all haters. There were people out there who understood and supported me. Suddenly, it felt like several spotlights had focused on me. I was on a stage engulfed with dazzling light. The countless fans who supported me were in the audience. I wiped away my tears as I started running towards the light. Huh? It all went quiet as a tomb. Soon there were quiet murmurs across the audience. I felt like I'd made some kind of mistake. Just then, I was bathed in blinding lights all at once, and the fans roared with cheers. Finally realizing the light and their eyes were directed behind me, I turned around and saw that I was standing there waving to all the fans.
お掃除の国のプリンセスマジカルリリーだよ。ハッハロー。
Oh no, it's the lolly idol.
今日はリリーのためにこんなに大勢集まってくれてありが
リリーリリリリマジカルリリー、俺たち一生マジカルリリーのしもべです。ずっとずっと愛してます。リリーちゃん命。
The fans showed their heartfelt support, but none of it was aimed at me.
どちら様かな。
The audience burst into laughter straight out of a sitcom. She knew perfectly well who I was. She was mocking me.
私はお掃除の国のプリンセスマジカルリリー。おばさんは誰？
What? More laughter. I didn't know what to say. This stage was hers, so anything I said would just come off in her favor. All I could do was hold my tongue and let the verbal whiplashing continue.
ねえねえ、おばさんはなんでそんなに可愛くないの？
Someone in the audience shouted, "What the heck?" eliciting yet more laughter. Finally, I hit my boiling point.
うっさいわね。あんたの慣れの果てがこれよ。リリー、そんな可愛くないおばさんになりたくない。いつまでもロリキャラが通用すると思ってんじゃないわよ。あんたはあと数年でおばさんなんだから。
ロリキャラ。
ならないもん。リリーは永遠に10歳なの。甘えてんじゃないわよ、クソガキが。
リリーちゃんに汚い言葉を使うな。
ババア帰れ。いつまでリリーちゃんのステージに居座るつもりだ。
帰れ帰れ帰れ帰れ。
The crowd chanted in unison. I grit my teeth and fought back tears against the hurling storm of malice.
ありがとね、おばさん。私の代わりに年を取ってくれて。私は永遠に人気絶頂のマジカルリリー。あんたはさしずめ、私の赤ね。だから赤を落としてきれいにしなくっちゃ。ピカピカマジックでクリンクリン。
Her shrill laughter seized me by the heart. Another bad day dream, huh? I wasn't actually sleeping, just closing my eyes, so I could hear them all taking care not to wake me. It warmed my heart. I'd been tired a lot recently. Maybe I'd been pushing myself too hard. At first, I joined the LCSC intending to build up my image as someone who performed community service. But ever since Susuhara joined, it became a place of comfort. I knew why. It was because I could be my true self here. I'd probably move on from the entertainment world someday. In this era, youth was everything. High school idol units would eventually be replaced by middle school units. And in the end, even they would be displaced by elementary school units like my cleaning princess. Current tastes were shifting towards the young, and no one could stop that. In other words, the shelf life for us girls who used youth as a selling point was getting shorter and shorter. I was confident that so long as I applied myself, I could be better than anyone else at singing or dancing. But no amount of effort or experience could compensate for my fading youth. Perhaps one day, they wouldn't even want idols who practiced as hard as we did. With a rising emphasis on amateur skills, an era where only actual amateurs would get the spotlight could very well be on the way. We were merely shining in transient sunlight between a rift in the clouds, between eras. Once I retired from showbiz, I wanted to work at a place like the LCSC. Oh no, how careless of me. My thoughts became rather pessimistic when I was tired. Perhaps I had bipolar tendencies. I doubt that many would recognize me as the Riria Kursu on stage in my current state. I sighed gently. I glanced at the others. They grouped up their desks together and were chatting away. It seemed the LCSC would be helping out with a project to revitalize the Iwaihime shopping district. Apparently, they were seeking youth opinions on how to liven up the area. Anyone could think up something run-of-the-mill, but there was nothing more youthful than thinking completely outside the box. And so the club was throwing out crazy ideas and laughing about them. They looked like they were having fun. I wondered if I should join in too. I just knew I'd start spiraling back into negative thoughts if I tried to sleep. Inside, everyone was laughing, with Minobe at the center. Harumiya, Susuhara, and Atsuta were there, along with one other. Everyone was laughing at what she had to say. Who was she? Is that Loli again, right? My mind went blank, unable to comprehend the sight before me. Because the one laughing with them was me? It was where she was. I was the one who's supposed to be sitting there, having fun with the others, and yet everyone acted as though that were Lily's rightful place, as though there was nothing wrong with me being gone, as though I were invisible. Just then, Lily's eyes met mine. You witch, you little witch! Even I didn't understand what I said next.
そこは私の場所。
I stomped into the club room and grabbed Lily by the collar. But she just flashed me a malicious grin. Look at her face. I wanna smack a kid.
何するの？あつたお兄ちゃんと楽しく遊んでただけなのに。なんであんたがここにいんのよ。ここは私の場所よ。あんたがいる場所じゃない。私は永遠に10歳のままでいられるんだもん。あんた人を絞りかすか何かみたいに。いいわ。あんたが永遠の10歳ならそうしたらいい。なら5年前の世界に閉じこもって好きなだけマジカルリリーをしてたらいい。でもね、ここはあんたの世界じゃない。私の世界なの。あんたの言う絞りかすのね。だから元の世界へ帰りなさいよ。何がおかしいのよ。別に。 思い出しただけ。は？何を言ってんの？別に。
Her sickening laugh lingered in my ears as she faded away like mist. Just then, I felt the frozen air thaw, almost like time itself had been stopped and only now resumed its march. Oh! Everyone acknowledged my presence. Oh! Awkward situation. Their cheerful smiles were gone, replaced by confused stares in my direction.
リリアちゃん？
どうしたの急に。何かまずいことでも急に思い出したりした？いえ、すみません。
To them, it must have looked like I've been joking around 1 second, and only to stand up and freeze completely still the next. I sat back down in the seat Lily had taken from me. It was still warm. It felt uncomfortable, like someone else had just been sitting there. No, that wasn't true. I was just overthinking the matter. That was just a delusion brought on by exhaustion. Another one of those bad daydreams I always got. That had to be it. My mind had jumped ahead again. My usual bad daydreams were even worse than usual today. It wasn't uncommon for me to be plagued with weird daydream when I spaced out, only to snap out of it and find myself in a completely different location. I'd gotten a detailed checkup to see if it were some kind of illness, but the result turned out nothing. My mother urged me not to tell anyone about it because health concerns tend to reflect badly on auditions. Apparently, she had similar problem as me when she was my age. So I decided to take it easy on myself and go to the infirmary later. Miss Hinagata said that she was also prone to bad daydreams. As such, she was the only one who understood my suffering. Spacing out and feeling particularly sluggish, I managed to finally drag myself through the school gate.
風邪じゃないんだし、しっかりしなきゃ。この程度で授業を休んでたら勉強に遅れちゃう。
I was feeling down, but my body was still in good health. I spurred myself onwards on the stairs and finally arrived at my familiar classroom. Homeroom hadn't started, yet the class was unusually lively with laughter this morning. Everyone was crowded around my desk. What was going on? It was like someone was sitting in my place and the others were having a riot over what they had to say. I checked to see who the center of attention was, and when I saw her face, I gasped.
でもこれ内緒ね。秘密ってことになってるから、リリー怒られちゃう。
It was her again. Deja vu. A forgotten daydream was now replaying before me. Magical Lily was in my spot again. She was sitting there like it were her own desk, chatting with the rest of the class. Though that outfit was clearly not fit for school, no one found it strange. They were all chatting with her as though they thought she was me.
完璧すぎて近寄りがたいイメージがあったんだけどね。そんなのひどいよ。リリー泣いちゃう。涙はダメ。クリンクリン。お掃除魔法で笑顔にしちゃうぞ。
The class was in high spirits. That I could not let slide. After all, Magical Lily was over for me, and this was school. Though I might fool around and recite one of my old catchphrases every now and then, I generally tried to stay away from it. I thought of it was my way of separating schools from work, drawing the line between my public and private lives. But the me over there didn't care about any of that. And waiting behind them was Lily, smirking. This bitch! Oh, this witch!
みんなも私と一緒の方が楽しいみたい。布川リリアなんて誰も求めてないんじゃないかな。
No, it didn't all happen today. I just hadn't realized it until now.
リリアちゃん
Huh?
どうしたの？部室入らないの？
Susuhara noticed me staring blankly at the others enjoying themselves.
鈴原先輩には見えるんですか？私が見えるんですか？
見えるけど。どうしたの？寂しそうな顔をしてるよ。部活に来たんでしょ？行こうよ、みんなのところへ。
いいんです。私はみんなが会いたいリリアじゃないし。
Everyone in the LCSC was chatting happily with Lily. They all passed right by without even noticing me.
どうして先輩には私が見えるんですか？
不思議だよね。でも僕は君に初めて出会った時から二人とも見えてたよ。君と小さな子が何度も入れ替わりながらみんなと一緒にいるのを見て不思議だなって思ってた。
So, Suzuhara had seen everything from the start. He'd noticed Lily when even I hadn't.
どうしたの？泣かないで。
私なんていらないんだ。誰もいらないんだ。
I buried my face in Suzuhara's chest and cried. Invisible as I was, no one else could hear my cries. And so they all just chattered on in the club room. But Suzuhara could hear me. He accepted me entirely. He really was special. I always felt there was something different about him. He was the only one who accepted Riria Kurusu, the real me. Riria Kurusu?
もろすぎる。そなたの魂などこれしきのことでたやすく籠絡できる。我がしもべの鈴原鈴の影に身も心も許して捧げるがよい。
離婚病？
離れる魂と書いて離婚病。自分の影、すなわち自分の分身ね。自分の分身に出会うと死んでしまうという怪談は洋の東西を問わずに昔から語り継がれてるの。
ドッペルゲンガーでしたっけ？
西洋ではそう呼ぶわね。日本では昔それを離婚病と呼んでいたことがあるの。
リリアちゃんがその離婚病だと？
前にも言った通り、呪いのすすは心の傷に寄生していると考えられる。でも布川さんは学校でも仕事でも順風満帆で 何も辛いことに心当たりがないというの。心の傷は往々にして無自覚であることが少なくない。それでね、彼女にちょっとした心理セラピーをしたことがあるの。
五円玉を揺らして催眠状態にしてカウンセリングをするという
まあ当たらずも遠からずね。そしてその結果、興味深いことが分かったの。彼女の霊障は子役時代の自分自身が現れて、自分を罵ったり追い詰めたりする形をとることが多いのが分かったの。おそらく彼女の心の傷が、彼女はきっと人気絶頂にあった小学生アイドル当時の自分と今の自分が決別できないことに悩んでる。
今も人気があるんじゃないんですか？
私たちの目にはそう見えるけれど、実際はどうかしらね。先輩、私一瞬だけの花火だっていいです。先輩だけの中で永遠になれるのなら。
This is imposter Susuhara.
あいつのおかげでちょっとすっきりしました。
あいつって？
リリーです。マジカルリリー。あんたは私の赤。私が新たな自分となり、あんたはポロポロと忘れられていく。でもあんたは鈴原鈴という奇跡と巡り会えたわ。鈴原先輩。
僕はリリーじゃなくクルス・リリアを。君。
彼は私じゃなく、まっすぐあんただけを見ている。だから私はもう目覚めてもいいかなって思ったのよ。リリー。クルス・リリア、あんたは消えるわ。でも彼の中であんたは永遠に生きる。それでいい？
No.
いいもん何も。
Mhm.
世界中の誰も私を求めてなんかいないのに、こんなに嬉しいこと。おかしいな。すごく嬉しいことなのに涙止まらないよ。
リリアちゃん。
Unhand her, you imposter. Susuhara strengthened his grip around me a little. My heart felt like it was soaring.
君の悲しみは僕が永遠に埋めるから。だから永遠に僕たちは一緒になろう。
はい。
Susuhara was simply pressing against my stomach, yet I felt like I was sinking deep into an angel's bed. My strength faded away, leaving me limp like a stringless marionette.
怖くないな。
No, I could never be scared of Susuhara. After all, my mind was completely blank. I heard a groan. Huh?
怖くないから僕に任せた。
What the hell is this? Ah! I jolted. Suzuhara's hand was in me? Not metaphorically, literally. His hand had completely sunk into my stomach, like it was made of clay. I couldn't believe my eyes. I froze up completely. I couldn't breathe. But Suzuhara smiled kindly and whispered into my ear. Fuck.
怖くないから。怖くないから。
I gave everything I had inside to Suzuhara. and this bliss was the proof of it. Joy and satisfaction without equal took the place of the pleasure that struck like lightning. Though red entrails were pouring out of my stomach, it didn't bother me at all. The warmth and tenderness of them were lovelier than anything else.
今度は僕にも
Huh?
してくれる
I wasn't just receiving his love, he wanted to feel the same. I awkwardly undid the buttons on his shirt. This was the first time I'd ever done that for a man. I was still a bit nervous, but the afterglow of my pleasure vastly outweighed it. そのまま僕へ Yikes! Far back as confusing organs emerged from his stomach. The two of us became entangled as we were smeared by each other's blood and gore. At that moment, they looked so wondrous, so alluring.
男の人はね、気持ちが良くなってくると内臓がせり上がってくるんだよ。
Who said that? Who is they? It's wrong. It's factually wrong.
じゃあこれは先輩が喜んでくれてるってことなの？うん、そう。ほら、これを見てみて。
There was a dusky clump amidst all the viscera. The way it shone and quivered was oh so adorable.
ほら、ビクビクしてる。これがススハラスズムのいひひも。今のはススハラスズムの影。予行練習はこれで十分よ、リリア。さあ行って、本物のスズムをここへ連れてくるの。寄宿舎なら誰の邪魔も入らないわ。時間の限り二人の愛を捧げ合うことができる。先輩と愛を。ススハラスズムはシャチホコ部にいるわ。行ってここへ連れてくるの。そして彼の生き肝にたっぷりと溜まったすすをずるりりとすすり取ってあげるの。身もだえして喜んであなただけのものになってくれるわ。
That was the sole way to make the only one in the world who could see me stay with me forever. Riria's eye lost all light as she staggered out of the dome. Her target was the LCSE club room. She would bring back Suzumu, slice open his stomach, and drink the soot from his guts. Riria's eyes flashed scarlet for a moment. The curse's power coursed through her palm.
先輩。
何？
ちょっと相談に乗ってほしいことがあるんです。
僕で力になれるのなら。
嬉しいです。それでできれば誰も絶対に来ないところで話を聞いてほしいんです。
今夜電話で話す？
いえ、できれば直接。
いいよ。いつ？
ご迷惑でなければ今。
構わないけど廊下ってわけにはいかないよね。
Ah, Suzumu, please.
それならご安心を。 いい場所をすでに見つけてありますので。
いい場所って学校の中のこ
はい。寄宿舎なら誰も来ませんので。今の時期合宿をやってる部活もありませんので好都合なんです。
と？でも鍵とかかかってるんじゃないかな。
Though Suzumu appeared thick-headed, even he was noticing how off this sounded. He seemed somewhat suspicious of Riria's sudden request. Oh, but Riria slowly snaked her arm around his back. Like a reptile, soundlessly approaching its prey. And then she made her strike.
リリアちゃん？
Suzumu's body twitched the moment Riria touched the back of his neck. After convulsing for a while, he stared blankly at the ceiling, his mouth agape.
先輩、
Huh?
私と寄宿舎へ行きましょう。
The area transfigured into a snowfield of falling soot in the blink of an eye.
さすがの鈴原鈴も我が呪いの前にはなすすべもね
ねたましい。お前のその生きたぬくもり、ねたましい。
肝を抜かれた後はお前の好きにするがいいぞ。だがまずはこやつの体をむさぼるはそこの娘からよ。
先輩。
さあリリアよ、時は来たれり。今こそその男をお前だけのものにする時。
Riria brought her hand towards Suzumu's stomach, her fingers wriggling obscenely. But just as she was about to touch it, her arm stopped. For Suzumu had it locked tight in his grasp. What?
リリアちゃんの孤独な辛さに僕が救いになるのなら、僕はいくらでも君のために力になれるから。
Suzumu's eyes regained their fierce shine. The divine curse couldn't believe what she was seeing.
バカな、お前はもう生き人形のはずなのに。
What?
リリアちゃんの手が近づいた時、彼女の例えようもないほどの孤独な悲しみが流れ込んできた。
先輩。
その気持ちを共有したくて、リリアちゃんの辛さを心から受け止めたくて、僕はあえてお前の呪いとやらを受けたんだ。
あえてだと。
人である以上、誰だって悲しみは背負ってる。でもそれを背負ってなお歩き続けられる強さが人間にはあるんだ。リリアちゃん、君は美しいくらいに
私。ここは。
Riria was gradually released from the curse. The divine curse herself was rendered speechless. All her plans had come to ruin.
それだけでも許しがたいけれど、僕が真に怒ることは、彼女が救いを見出した僕の姿を模して 彼女を追い詰めたこと、これが僕の感謝と怒りだ。
Suzumu lowered his hips and readied his fist. There was no mistaking it. That was the fist of the Suzuhara divine tribute style, which was to be offered unto God. The power to crush evil dedicated to God for 1,000 years became a whirlwind and burst out all over Suzumu's body.
妬ましい、妬ましい。その生きる者の放つ輝きが妬ましい。僕の姿を模して彼女を傷つけたこと、それを僕は絶対に許しはしない。妬ましい、妬ましい、妬ましい。
The thing disguised as Suzumu distorted ominously in the face of that sheer power. Normally, residents of the mortal realm had no means of physically interacting with evil spirits, but here they could be touched and killed. In this world, it was possible for humans to feel the utter malice these evil spirits possessed. Raising a cry that rent the soul, that creature of malice charged straight at Suzumu, swiftly enough to outpace one's shadow, a speed no human could possibly follow with their eyes. Suzumu couldn't see it either. No, its movements were beneath his notice. Suzumu had constantly dedicated his fists to God before giant trees or bells. With his eyes widened and his mind honed to its limits, the speed of a wholly evil presence was no different than an immobile tree Suzumu used in his training.
覇者検証、邪悪を打ち破りて正しきを示す。
Begone, evil spirits! The evil spirits, taking Suzumu's form, turned to soot and scattered across the pitch-black snowfield.
リリアちゃん、マジカルリリーの姿もまたもう一人の君なんだ。そのもう一人の君の姿を打つことを今だけ許してほしい。
やっつけて、そいつを、マジカルリリーを私の世界から消し去って。
覇者検証、邪悪を打ち破りて正しきを示す。
神の呪いを恐れる不届き者め、試すがよいぞ、そなたの拳。我が身をうがつか否か試してみるがよい。
はあ。
Riria moaned in agony as she fell to her knees. Suzumu halted his punch and pulled back as soon as he realized what happened. Had he continued and struck the divine curse with all his might, he might have destroyed Riria from the inside out.
リリアちゃん。
愚かなり人にめ、我の姿を見誤ったか。
What?
そうか、お前はリリアちゃんの姿を、マジカルリリーの姿を模しているだけじゃないのか。
我もリリアも同じ人間よ。我を撃つはその女を撃つも同じこと。
She was right. Suzumu could never choose to destroy the divine curse if it meant punching Riria. He had to strike the divine curse to save her. But he couldn't do that if it resulted in Riria's own death too. Sweat dripped down Suzumu's face. Upon seeing this, the Divine Curse realized Suzumu had hit a dead end.
退屈な千年を報いるには十分な余興であったぞ。茶番はこれにてお開きとしようではないか。
The doll raised her palm to the heavens, and a moment later, a twisted lump of metal sprouted out from it. Whoa! It was a hammer. A giant hammer ominously coated in faded blood.
この土にて二人まとめて叩きつぶし、すりつぶし、肉と臓物の切れ端の塊に変えてくれる。そなたの生き肝を引きずり出した後は、せめて二人とも混ぜ合わせて、まんじゅうに変えて食らってやろうぞ。
The giant hammer struck the ground like lightning. Suzumu's body was racked with abject terror. His whole body quaked. The fear shook him to his very bones. The sweat dripping from his face expressed just how precarious his predicament was. On his own, he might have been able to do something against that giant hammer. Whoa! Magical quartet.
おいで、リリア。
先輩。
Riria spread her arms and slowly approached Suzumu. He embraced her, but just as she was about to bury her face in his chest, he let go.
最後じゃない。クルス・リリアの活躍をこれからも応援したい人間が大勢いるから。だからこれで最後なんかにはならない。
なればどうするというのか、鈴原鈴夢。我を撃つか？撃てばリリアも死ぬ。
撃つのはお前じゃない。
Nani? Suzumu lowered his hips and readied his fist. The keen glint in his eye was aimed not at the divine curse, but Riria.
ごめんね、リリアちゃん。君に必ず信じさせてあげるから。我慢して。
What?
神の呪いは君の心の傷に寄生しているだけだ。そしてその心の傷を生み続けさせている真の元凶は君自身にあるんだ。
The divine curse instantly failed? He'd done it. Suzumu had been through the true source of the curse that birthed her current form.
貴様、元凶ってどういうことですか？
今はごめん。歯を食いしばって。
Suzumu prepared to strike Riria. Utterly lost, Riria could only stare with confusion. The divine curse frantically raised her hammer, but she was too late. Compared to Suzumu's dedication to God, her strike was painfully slow.
覇者検証。邪悪を打ち破りて正しきを示す。
させるか
Suzumu launched a punch directed at Riria's chest. Did that strike pulverize her organs and bones? Suzumu did indeed feel something shattered, but he'd stopped his fist right before it could hit Riria's body. Instead, he shattered something she kept close to her chest. It was the cause and source of the curse that birthed Lily. Lily threw her head back with a scream. Her appearance faded away, turning into Riria with the antlers of the sacred deer.
バカな。見破るとは、見破るとは。
改めて もう一度報じるよ。彼女の悲しみを教えてくれてありがとう。彼女の心に訴えるこの機会を与えてくれてありがとう。
そなたは一体神の呪いが効かず、そして神をうがつ拳を持つだと。その光はどうして。
君は彼女の心の痛みへの水先案内に導いてくれてありがとう。僕にあるのはただ感謝のみ。
バカな。我こそは六神彦の御事の呪いなり。その我がなぜ人に不正に。
覇者検証、邪悪を打ち破りて正しきを示す。
Suzumu's face glowed with heavenly shine. Even the divine curse could not help but falter before its radiance.
兄上様のご無念を晴らせず、このようなところで散らねばならぬなど。許されぬ、許されぬ。
The soot snowfield cleared up little by little. Before long, it had turned back into the room at the dorm. I was still in a daze. While I was used to having daydreams, this was the first time I'd shared one with someone else, with Susuhara. Thus, I knew without a doubt it had been no daydream, but rather something that actually happened.
リリーは消えたんですか。
消えないよ。消えるも何もリリーだって君なんだから。
そうですよね。
I lowered my head a little. I'd likely continue to have daydreams about Lily. Susura had indeed struck down something ghastly, but magical Lily's shadow would continue to torment me for a long time to come.
リリーは君の大切な分身なんだ。怯える必要も憎む必要も何もないんだよ。でも君はリリーを逃げるために使っていたんだ。
逃げる。
ネットで無責任な人たちがかつての君が良かった良かったと言い続ける。
Of course, people from the internet is at fault for this.
だから君はマジカルリリーになれば悪口を言われずに済むと思ってリリーに逃げ込もうとしていたんだ。
私そんなつもり。
I couldn't deny it. He was probably right on the dot. I wanted to be Magical Lily because I desired recognition, because I didn't want to hear people badmouth me anymore.
承認欲求は人間なら誰もが持つ自然の欲求よ。恥ずかしくなんかないの。雛形先生。布川さん、あなたは誰よりも努力家。だからその努力を誰かに認められたいと願うのは当然のことなのよ。でも匿名で無責任に喋ることができる昨今は怖いわね。
Yes, people on Twitter, the Redditors, the Discord server.
人を褒めるよりもけなす方が楽しくて賑やかだからいい評価は埋もれてしまう。あなたに。
Noticing an odd sensation in my chest, I reached into my breast pocket and found my smartphone. Its screen smashed into pieces.
壊しちゃってごめんね。
You broke my phone!
でも今のリリアちゃんにはない方がいいと思ったんだ。
まあそうですよね。痛々しい掲示板ばっか眺めて毎日落ち込んでるだけですものね。
先生。
Miss Hinagata took out her own phone, played around with it for a few moments, then showed it to me. It was someone's blog. Riria's performance was amazing. I was surprised of how much better her dancing's gotten. I feel like I'm discovering a new side of her she didn't have back when she was Magical Lily. It'd be a disservice to keep calling her Magical Lily. From now on, Riria Kurusu has my full support.
他にもあるわよ。見る？はい。
Diamonds among all the coal. The internet might be a breeding ground for slander, but at the same time, there were indeed people out there rooting for me who recognized how hard I'd worked. But I only saw the bad, and so I became deaf to their encouragement.
あなたの努力、ちゃんと見てくれてる人たちがいるわよ。これらはみんな、鈴原くんが見つけてきてくれたの。不慣れだったスマホを頑張って使いこなしてね。先輩。
君の代わりに僕が応援してくれる人たちの声を伝えるから。だからその役目を僕に任せてはくれないかな。
つまりネットはもう二度と見るなってことですよね。
いや。
しばらくの話よ。あなたはもともととても強い子なんだから、その力強さを取り戻せるまでの間、しばらくネットはお休みということね。
After that, Riria switched to a traditional flip phone. It only functioned as a phone. She couldn't access the internet. Meanwhile, she had also sealed away her computer in her closet. It felt suffocating at first, but before long, she was happier than she'd been in a while.
邪魔ね。昨日のステージでのコメントは拾ってあります？
うん。お気に入りに登録してあるよ。はい、どうぞ。
先輩の感想テキストがないですよ。いっぱい書いてくれたでしょうね。
頑張っていっぱい書いたよ。でも一昨日と同じステージだし、毎日の感想は大変だな。
もうしっかりしてくださいよ先輩。あ、これ次の土日のチケットです。絶対両方来てくださいね。
さすがはグレート鈴原。リリアちゃんのマネージャーを任されるとは。
でもねリリアちゃん、スズムはあなたの奴隷じゃないんだよ。
奴隷なんてとんでもない。むしろ奴隷なのは私です。見かけによらず腹黒な先輩の罠にかかって、マネージャーにしないとこの写真をばらまくぞって脅されて。ひゃー、なにこれなにこれ、スズムどういうこと？なにこれ、どういうことよスズム。なんでリリアちゃんと相引きしてる写真があるのよ。
何の話？
この写真をばらまかれたら私の芸能人生命はおしまいです。ああ、だから私は鈴原先輩の言いなりに。先輩は一日中私につきまとって、隙があれば私を慰み者に。
鈴原裏山けしからぬ
何？なんでみんな僕を見てるの？何の話？
あ、初田先輩、窓の外を見てください。あれってウルトラレアカードじゃないですか？
なんだって？どこに？
Right when Natsuya ran over to the window, Riria leaned forward and kissed Suzumu's lip when his guard was down. Tsubakiko and Kanaya were rendered speechless, their mouths agape. Suzumu started in bewilderment as his mind processed what had just happened.
苦本言いながら、これも脅迫されてやってるんです。一日一回キスを捧げないとあの写真をばらまかれちゃうんです。すずむ
あんたね、女の敵腹黒、話を聞かせなさい。
何のことか本当にわからないよ。痛い痛い。リリアちゃん、笑ってないで助けてよ。
やるね。オイラたちに宣戦布告ってこと？まあそう受け取ってもらっても結構です。
Please keep watching me, Suzuhara. Riria Kursu is out there performing for you and you alone. And in time, I'll make sure to steal your heart, so you won't be able to look away from me.